What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today we're talking about every day is your teacher. When I was a young kid, I was always told this. It said, Yvan, every day is your teacher. You have to be open to the world's voice and what it has to teach you. I never understood this because I lived most days in my own mind. I would only think about what I was going through, what I was experiencing, what was coming up next for me. I'd see people and deal with them and then go back into my own head. And then something happened a few years ago. I started to kind of go into the world, started to look at the world. I started to try to take in what the world could teach me. And today I'm going to talk about just the things I learned today by just having an open mind, looking at the world, opening my ears, opening all my five senses. And the way you learn from the world is by seeing what moves you inside. So what moves your emotion. So let's say you're driving to work, bam, the guy cuts you off, you flip the guy off, you start to feel something inside, you feel an anger, you don't know where it's coming from. That is your teacher. That is supposed to allow you to see yourself. You shouldn't rationalize it and say, oh, that guy pissed me off. No. To be pissed off means that there's something in you. There's that anger in you that just came to the surface. So you can't blame the other person. You have to see that, oh man, this is you. That is how every day can be your teacher. We're put in so many different situations and life circumstances that always offer a lesson. So if you open up your ears and you're reflective to the subtle things of life, then man, you can learn a ton. I learned today, this week, the concept of energy. Everything in life requires energy. To make $1 million requires energy. To have a stable business or to be a world-class athlete requires energy. It requires training a few times a day, lifting weights, doing your runs, doing your skill workout, watching your film, and doing that consistently on a consistent basis, right? To make $1 million requires maybe creating a company, having a lot of clients, dealing with clients all the time, creating products that are gonna serve the world. To be a doctor means waking up early, going to the hospital, rounding out patients, doing operations or making calls, making consulting calls. A day that starts at 5 a.m. ends at 7 p.m. So all those three career paths take energy. We have the athlete, we have the doctor, we have the businessman, okay? And that's the law of life. Things will take energy. Now you have to see, what do you want to invest your energy in? Do you want to invest your energy in being a doctor? Do you want to invest your energy in being a lawyer, a businessman, or athlete? Or do you want to invest your energy in being a pilot, architect, whatever you want to invest your energy in? But there's always an energy cost to anything you want in life. That was the biggest thing I learned. I was like, nothing comes cheap. You have to invest your energy, which is your time, and then you get the reward back, which is maybe fulfillment, maybe it's money, maybe it's a sense of purpose, but you only get that fulfillment after an energy cost. And then you only wake up with a finite amount of energy. So you see that a lot of successful people, they try to make limited decisions. They try to limit the amount of decisions they have because you only have so many good decisions per day. So sometimes they don't even pick their wardrobe. They have someone else pick their wardrobe because they want to use their decision-making capacity for the high-yield tasks, the tasks that are going to move them forward. So again, energy is everything, energy management. And if you have a finite amount of energy, you have to make sure that you're around people that help you conserve your energy. You're doing tasks that keep you in that energy state. And that's what we talk about when we discuss flow state. When you're doing something that really resonates with your heart, think of like your favorite hobby, or when you're out, you're in flow state. If you're an athlete, you're playing basketball and the game finishes and you don't remember what happened, you're just in flow state, you're mindless. When you're mindless, you have almost like an energy reboot. Activities that get you in flow state rework and reboot your energy. And then there's also activities that take energy. Gossiping, complaining, being around people that are just always bringing that negative component to life, drain your energy. Certain relationships could drain your energy. So again, you have a finite amount of energy. Where will you spend it? That's what I learned earlier this week. Second thing I learned is, man, everyone has unfulfilled wants. What does that mean? Meaning that we all expect other human beings to understand what we need inside. We almost want people to live in our own brains for us. You go talk to someone in an office and she yells at you for no reason. You just ask her to repeat the instructions. She yells at you, get on my face, XYZ, right? You're like, oh man, she's pissed. You move forward. You have to understand that she came to work that day with 18 things on her mind. It's tax season, IRS is calling, her kids yelled at her, she didn't feel appreciated by her husband, and then she lost some money in the stock market. She's dealing with you with those things on her mind. So she's not dealing with the person that is you. She's dealing with everything, all these unfulfilled wants or unfulfilled desires. And human beings have a tendency to just project that onto others. Everyone has things going on underneath the surface, and most communication is not surface level. People aren't logical actors. They communicate emotionally. They deal with you based on a million things that happened to them in their day or earlier in their day. Second thing is, man, I was in the hospital. I realized that the body has a natural intelligence. What does that mean? If you treat the body well, like say you don't smoke all the time or drink all the time or things like that, the body will preserve itself. Our heart beats by itself. The lungs work by itself. The brain works by itself. The eyes see by itself. You don't consciously say, okay, my eyes, zoom in on this, or for every little thing in life. The ears hear by themselves. You don't make your ears hear. right? You can't close your ears and stop yourself from hearing unless you plug them, but that's different. The digestive tract works by itself. So it works without your conscious awareness. So a lot of the human body has its own natural intelligence. So that's another thing I learned. So just like work with nature, like work with the body's natural intelligence. There's a life force sustaining us, allowing us to wake up every morning and continue to breathe and continue to think and continue to have our heart beating. So that's what I learned today at the hospital. The last thing, the concept of magic. See, we call magic what we don't understand. Okay, so if you ever see a magician do a magic trick, he does some stuff, things disappear, boom, voila, abracadabra. You're like, oh my God, this guy is the most talented person. But if they show you how they did the trick, you're like, oh man, this is actually easier. This is not magic, this is not that cool, right? So what we don't understand, we put the lens of magic on. Or if we see an athlete that's superstar, dunking, doing this thing, someone that's a great singer, someone that's super outgoing, super charismatic, we're like, wow, that person is just blessed by God or magical or things like that. But you don't see the work that went behind that. So we call what we don't understand magic. But whenever you find yourself calling something magic, take a second to try to understand what's actually going on behind the scenes. Okay, what that person is actually doing. And then you'll see that things are a lot simpler than you think. So guys, that's the video. I know we kind of jumped from different topics, but if you found value to this, like, comment, subscribe. Yvan out.